How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, definitely be sure to leave a like below, and if you're new to the channel, definitely be sure to subscribe. More than 98% of you guys actually aren't subscribed to my channel, and being a smaller YouTuber, it would definitely help me out a lot if you were to just take that second that it takes to click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and again, it just really helps me out a lot. Also, if you are subscribed but don't know when I post a video, click that little bell icon down there, and that will notify you every single time that I actually do upload new content on YouTube. But getting all that out of the way, today is going to be a little bit more of a funny video because we're looking at probably the most ridiculous rental car available on the market as of right now, or actually I should say is going to be available on the market because I don't think it's out quite yet. And that is, of course, but you could tell from this title here, the 950 horsepower Hertz Ford Mustang Shelby GT500-H. Yeah, there's really nothing else to say about a 950 horsepower Mustang that's going to be available to rent to the general public, besides the fact that you should just be cautious. If you're walking down the street or if you're in a crowd and you see one of these things coming down the road, just run. Just get as far away from this thing as possible. And it is going to be pretty recognizable because it's going to have that classic Hertz paint job, as you can see, with the black and the gold stripes. Now, Hertz have done this before with Ford. They've partnered with Ford back in the 60s for their like rent a race car program, or whatever it was called. It actually does say that. All right, here we go. In the article, it says the Rent a Racer program back in 1966. They also partnered with Shelby again in 2006 and in 2016. But none of the Mustangs that they partnered with Shelby before have as much power as this new GT500-H. Now, what this new Shelby basically essentially is a new GT500KR. It's an upgraded GT500. Instead of making, I think, 760 horsepower that those stock GT500s make, it makes 950 horsepower, which is just absolutely ridiculous. The differences between this car and a regular GT500 is this one has a 3.8 liter supercharger on the top of it instead of that 2.7 liter, bigger throttle body, and apparently the blower is actually spun slower and said to be more efficient according to this article, as you can see. But it's a little bit ridiculous. There's 190 more horsepower and 10 more foot-pounds of torque than a regular GT500, with it coming in at an even 950 horsepower and 635 foot-pounds of torque for this GT500-H. Now, looking at the car, it honestly looks pretty amazing. This is one of, if not the best looking schemes on the new GT500s in my own opinion. I love the black and gold. I also love the fact that in the front here, the Cobra emblem is in gold as well, to kind of highlight those stripes. It also has the side stripes right here with the GT500-H right in the front here, and then the Shelby name in the back. It also has the, I think that's the regular wing that comes with the GT500s. I don't think that is the track pack wing. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but I'm almost certain that is just the stock GT500 wing. So I don't think, yeah, the wheels don't look like the carbon fiber wheels either. But looking in the interior here, you have a different pattern here with the seats. I like the look of it. It looks really awesome. The suede Alcantara steering wheel. Just the one thing that I can't get over with these new GT500s is they're amazing cars, don't get me wrong. I just hate the electronical like turn dial that changes gears, or you know, a gear selector, I guess you could say, because they're all automatic. But besides that, the interiors are amazing. You also have the little Hertz emblem right here, and the supercharger is, of course, that signature Hertz gold color. So we're gonna stop looking at the actual car here and now go through the rest of the article. And honestly, the author of this article, hats off to you, David Beard with Car and Driver, because he's pretty funny. He has a couple lines in here where he's just like making fun of the fact that this is going to be a YouTube sensation, because I can almost guarantee you, I could bet my life on the fact that within the first year, maybe not even a year, maybe like the first 6 months of this thing being offered to the general public, that somebody is either going to wrap it around a pole, hit a crowd, total it, whatever the case may be, because 950 horsepower in a Mustang nonetheless is just a little bit much. And again, we've seen it time and time again, proven through many different compilations of bad driving on YouTube, that too much power with not enough skill could go wrong very quickly. And just buying this thing or like renting it or whatever for the amount of money that they want for it, like even if you could afford it, which it's right at $400 a day, which actually isn't that bad, but that's before fees as well. So it's $400 a day, and then you have to add on taxes, fees. And actually I did see a comment, I'll shout out the person who did commented this, but ACM40414, he basically talks about how there are a lot of different trackers on these cars, so they know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, and how you're doing it. And in a lot of like the fine print of these contracts, it says you can't, break the speed limit, you can't accelerate rapidly, you can't pull a certain amount of G-force, or whatever the case may be. And if they actually have trackers that are capable of monitoring that, then it's going to be the same case as some of these exotic car rental places that have, very fine print in their contract, where, the car might be a few $100s to rent a day. But if you exceed any of those or break any of those rules, then they're going to add on like $100, $50 charges, or just keep racking up different charges on your credit card. And also, this comment was pretty interesting too, Clean88GT, and he basically is saying that he doubts the fact that it's actually 950 horsepower, because it looks like, yeah, so with the S197 Gen Super Snake, it claimed to be 850 horsepower, and in actuality it was like 662. So who knows if this new GT500 even makes the power that they're claiming to really be making with this car. I honestly don't doubt it with the bigger blower. We've already seen people like Stang Mode and a couple other influencers or what have you that have taken their new GT500s, upgraded a few things here and there, and they're making 1,000 horsepower to the wheels very easily with these platforms. The suspension is really buffed up. The rear can, I think, take like 1,500 horsepower. So they're amazing cars, but unfortunately I really hate to see them be like wrecked at all by some idiot just renting it for the weekend or something like that. And again, I really hope this doesn't happen, but it's almost inevitable at this point. Let me know what you guys think of this new Hertz Mustang down in the comments below. And also let me know down in the comments how much you think these things are going to be worth like 20 years from now, because I actually personally knew a car collector here in New Jersey that had one of the original, I think 2006 Hertz Mustangs that they did, and it had like 2,000 miles on it or something. And he actually, I think he bought it around like 175 grand, and then wound up flipping it for over 200 grand. I won't, name any names, but these cars can go up in value pretty quickly as collector items, especially if they're left, completely untouched like that example. But yeah, let me know how much you guys think that the ones that actually make it out alive are going to be worth at the end of the day, because these things have a lot of potential to have pretty crazy and unbelievable price tags 2 or 3 decades down the road. But that's pretty much just gonna be it for today. Again, let me know what you guys think of this new Hertz GT500-H. And also let me know if you guys plan to rent one of these, or if you don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I know it was a shorter video, but again, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you're new down below. All that stuff really helps me out in the algorithm as a smaller YouTuber. But like always, thank you guys so much for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one.